Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to paint mini potted flowers on a paper that is 2.5 by 3.5 inches. So I'm going to begin by sketching the pot, which is basically a rectangle, and I'm going to draw some circles just so that I know where to place the flowers. So the main flowers that I'm going to paint today will be dahlias, and although I'm going to sketch 4 circles, I'll eventually paint 3 dahlias. I'm using watercolors from Rubens. It's from this set of 48 colors. These are fine detail brushes from Artify. I'll link these brushes with the exact sizes as well as all the other supplies in the caption. Like I mentioned before, the main flowers are dahlias, and I'm going to fill the empty spaces with leaves and filler flowers. So I'm going to first lighten the pencil marks with this kneadable eraser. And let me show you some of the colors that I'm using. This is quinacridone magenta, quinacridone violet. These are for dahlias. And this is transparent orange for the other dahlia, along with Pyrrole ruby red, which is like a scarlet. Don't have to worry if you don't have the exact colors. You can use any other colors also. This is a round zero brush, and with this I'm going to pick up quinacridone violet for the center of the dahlia. Next, with quinacridone magenta, I'm going to paint the outer layers of the dahlias, and I want to try to put more water just so that some of the petals appear lighter. Now I'm going to let the first dahlia dry and start working on the second one, beginning from the center using the quinacridone violet. And repeat the process of adding water to quinacridone magenta and create the outermost layer of petals. Now I'm going to pick up some more quinacridone magenta, less water, and go over these petals, make slightly smaller petals to give an impression of layering. Now these are very loosely painted mini dahlias, so you don't need to worry about adding too many details. At the very end of the painting, I'll be adding some deep blue violet to the very center of the dahlias to create shadows. So for the leaves, I'm using a mix of yellow, olive green, and a deeper green like a hooker's green. And while painting leaves, I like to vary the amount of water I use so that the leaf ends up looking a little lighter in some places and darker in others. You can also add a little bit of the darker green in some places to create a variation. Now for this third dahlia, I'm starting with the center of Pyrrole ruby red. You can also use a dark red or a scarlet. And I'm going to then paint the outer layers with a transparent orange, and then I'm going to let the petals dry and then top them with a ruby red or a darker red. For the filler flowers, I'm using a yellow orange, and I'm going to drop in some loosely painted flowers. And let's connect them with stems. And I'm also going to add a few small leaves. I'm adding some more filler flowers in a deep red and some fern-like leaves. So I'm going back to the yellow-orange dahlia and adding some more deeper color to the petals. I'm going to use this round 4 brush to paint the pot. So I'm going to run a wet brush first, followed by Indian red and Van Dyke brown. So I'm going to drop the colors and use some water to blend the colors. And while the pot is still wet, I'm going to run a wet brush near the bottom of the pot and allow the colors to bleed a little bit and drop in a little bit of yellow and red to give an impression of some petals that might have fallen. I forgot to record the bud painting process, but anyway, let me show you how I create some green elements near the bottom of the flowers and leaves. To give a sense of denseness or fullness, I start with a layer of yellow-green as the first layer, and while this layer is still a little wet, I drop in deeper and darker greens just to create that sense of fullness. I also like to run a wet brush and try to pull in the colors and create a little bit of bleeds in the process. Now that the pot is completely dry, I'm taking the deepest green that I can and add a little bit of black to it and create some fern-like leaves. I'm also going back to the purple dahlias and adding a deep blue violet to the very center. And let's add some veins to these leaves. Now I'm going to add the final touch to my painting with this metallic gold color. It's called Pharoah and it's from the brand CVArtcolours, an Australian brand who creates these handmade colors. So when I hold my painting at an angle, the metallic dots catch the light and make the painting glitter a little more. I hope you enjoyed watching this process. I'd really appreciate if you would like, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel so that I can continue to create more videos like this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I will also link the art supplies in the caption. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.